All right, hey guys, welcome back to another solo board game playthrough. Today I'm very enthusiastic to share with you guys a solo playthrough of SETI, the Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence. This is a game by, oh, I'm so sorry. How do I say your name, friend? Tomas something, and published by CGE. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to say his last name. I'm so sorry. But I have been so incredibly excited about this game. I was kind of so-so on it after I kind of saw it coming. Like I was interested in it, of course, and then I was kind of so-so on it based on some people's opinions of it and stuff, and then I just kind of refreshed and I'm like, let me just really check out this game, and it just seemed so interesting, so I decided to go for it. And man, this game's awesome. This game is really great. So we're going to be a solo playthrough. The AI has 5 different difficulty levels. We're going to be doing difficulty level 2, which introduces some objectives. We'll talk about those. There's a lot going on with this game. There's a lot going on in terms of it being a lot of different things you can do, but it's pretty straightforward otherwise. So I'll do my best to kind of explain things as we're playing. But yeah, so let's just hop into it here. I need to determine a first player. So we're the purple. The rival is going to be green. So I'm just going to do this, and I'm going to let one of these out, and whichever one falls out is the first player. Okay, so he will be the first player. He gets the first player token, so we're going to put that here. He starts with 1 victory point. We start with 2 victory points. We need to do our beginning income, so we start with 4. What is that word? Publicity, which that lets us do some things. We're going to start with 4 credits here, which is our money to play cards. 3 energy. We're going to draw 5 cards from the deck, and we're going to tuck one of them under as income. So I'm going to actually stick my card over here, and this will be our income for every round. Really quickly, here is the anatomy of a card. So right here are the cards. So in the top left-hand corner, as a free action, the card can be discarded to get that resource or item. So in this case, this would give us one of these data markers. The top, the section here is going to be where if we spend credits to play the card, we do whatever it says in the white box. So in this case, we get to rotate the solar system and get a blue tech tile. The green section is for, well, not the green section, the bottom section is going to be for our income. So when we get a card for income, we'll tuck it underneath our card here. And then in between every round, we'll continue to get income there. And when you place a card underneath there, you also get income for that time. And then finally, the top right-hand corner is for when we scan, and it's mostly the symbol based on what we can scan out in the solar system here. And then some cards we have are mission cards, so they stay out in front of us until we complete that mission. Then we flip them over. And then there are some cards which they haven't come up yet. Oh, here's a good one, where these are endgame scoring cards. So we need to choose one of these cards to tuck in as income. And I think what I'm going to do is I am going to I'm going to tuck this one for credits. So we're going to tuck this under here. It's going to start us with an additional credit. And we start with 5 credits. We start with, 4 credits. We start with 5 credits. Yeah, 4 credits plus the 1, our 3 energy, and our 4 cards. The game's going to take place over a series of turns. There are 5 rounds total in the game, and we get to the last round. After the last round, the game is over. The AI and us are going to go back and forth, taking various actions until we can no longer take actions and we pass. The game has 7 actions we can take. So I'm going to zoom in here just so you guys can see the player aid here. It's a very good player aid. We'll just go in right here. So there are 7 main actions here. Oh, that's not it. Right here. We can play a card, so we just pay the credit amount there on the card as I showed. We can launch a probe, so we would spend 2 credits to take one of these little satellite guys and place it wherever Earth is. Let's go back to space real quick. We'll place it on Earth. Then we can orbit a planet. So if we're ever on a planet that's other than Earth, we can orbit that planet by moving our probe and paying that to orbit the planet. So in this case, if I would orbit Mercury, I would go here. And the first time you go there, you get extra victory points, and then you get the bonus there. The next thing you do, you can land on a planet, which is by spending energy. So same thing. If we're on a planet, we can land on a planet to go to the surface, get the bonus there. It costs 3 energy, but if there is a satellite orbiting it, it costs 2 energy, and it doesn't matter who owns the satellite. Later on in the game, we can land on some of these moons here of these bigger planets. One of the main actions we're going to see quite a bit is scanning. That's the next main action we can do, which we will get these data tokens to power our computer. And then finally, we can research tech, which is where we use our publicity to get some tech tiles and rotate the solar system. There's a number of free actions. Completing missions is a free action, which we talked about briefly. We'll see throughout the game. Spending energy to move our probes around the solar system. We can spend 3 publicity to draw a card or take a card from the display. And we can trade any 2 resources to create a resource of a different type. So I could trade 2 credits in for another energy, or 2 cards in for a credit, or 2 cards for an energy, or 2 energy for a card, whatever. They have to be 2 of the same resource, but they can convert to another resource. And then when we get data, we can power our computer up with it, and that's also a free action. So I'll just kind of get into stuff as it's happening and while I'm making decisions. So let's go ahead, and the first thing we need to do is flip over our objective tiles. So these tiles here, and I'm going to actually move the AI deck down here. These are things we're going to have to try to score or complete these objectives throughout the game. At the end of each round, we have to be able to turn in a set number of them equal to the round number to the rival, to the AI. And if we don't, then his marker moves around, and as his marker goes around and around, he'll get more powerful by adding cards to his deck. And then at the end of the game, for each one of these we don't complete, he scores 5 points. So currently, the objectives that are on the out right now are going to be collecting 5 data tokens in our reserve, getting 8 publicity, and then doing a blue tech tile and doing a blue signal out in space. I forget the name of that actual term. It is called trace. It's a trace of life. So it's a trace of life, a blue trace of life, which is mostly done by doing stuff with your computer data. So it's going to be they kind of go against each other. Anyway, we got some time on that. So let's go and get started here. The AI, I'm going to tuck his thing down here. We're going to flip over, and they're like any good AI system. We're going to look at their card, and we're going to do resolve from top to bottom, the first thing we can do. So he would try to find traces of life for blue by using his computer. Since he does not have any things here to do it, he'll skip that action. The next thing he'll do is he'll launch a probe. That probe comes to Earth, and then he'll gain a publicity. So we'll move up on the mark there. I will zoom in for some of this stuff, but then after a while, we'll probably just leave it out in the open. And that's it. That's his turn. If he couldn't do that, he does the next thing. If he couldn't do that, he does the last thing. So that's kind of how that works. Okay. So we've got a few different options here. Now, here's Earth. And we've got these different, I guess are they stars? Proxima Centauri, Sirius A. Maybe they're different star systems. I don't know that for sure. And we are going to be trying to scan those to find signs of life. This is an area control kind of situation going on up here. At some point during the game, once we've scanned each type of life, we'll flip the alien board over, and it's going to introduce some new rules into the game. But in the meantime, let's try to get some stuff fulfilled. So let's spend 3 credits, and we're going to play the Large Hadron Collider. So let's actually come down to my board, and we can look at it a little bit closer. We're going to play... Oh, that's the wrong board. Sorry. The Large Hadron Collider, it's going to give us 1 data token. It's going to let us rotate the solar system and get 1 blue tech tile. And because we're getting the 1 blue tech tile, we're allowed to go ahead and complete that part of the objective. We need to complete both in order to complete the objective entirely, but we're going to be able to do that. So let's look at the main board. We're going to rotate. Now when we rotate, we move this disc clockwise, and then whatever spot it moves, that's which ring to move. So we're only going to move the inner ring right now. Next, we'll move the second ring, and finally the outer ring. So now we've moved that, and then we're going to take a blue tech tile. So we've got a choice here. The orange tech tiles allow us to launch our probes easier, allow us to move through space easier, allow us to do things in space easier in general. Land on the moons of some of the planets, or they help us orbit or land on probes on the planets easier. The pinkish tech tiles help us scan more. And then the blue tactiles are for our computer. And while the orange and the pink ones need to be placed in a certain slot, these can be placed in any order. So I've got a choice here. Ultimately, they're going to score us 2 victory points and give us something from here. I think I want to go for this one, which will let us get additional energy. So we're going to take this. We get the 2 victory points for that. So we're going to go to 4. We're going to discard that token. And then we're going to get an energy. And then we can slot this in any spot on our board. And I'm just going to go ahead and plop it right there. Okay. And that was our turn. So that was pretty quick and easy. The AI is going to go. Again, they're going to look to see if they can find traces of life on their computer. They can't. They're going to see if they can spend 6 publicity to rotate the solar system and get a tactile. They can't, so they're going to scan. Now, this is when they scan. Just like a player, the first area they would scan is going to be the area where the section of Earth is in. So here, Earth is pointing here. They're going to scan here first. So they're going to take this, place one of their probes there, and they're going to take this. Now, we put it in our reserve, but they immediately place it on their board. They only put it in their reserve when it's full. The next thing they're going to do is they're going to take a look at the card row, and they are going to discard the 2 right or 2 left cards and scan based on the color on the top left hand or the right hand corner. So in this case, they're going to discard both of those 2 cards, and they're both yellow. Oh, excuse me, I was drinking some water. And they're going to scan for yellow. Now, there's 2 yellow sections, this one and this one. So there's a couple tie-breaking priorities here. The first one is, can they score points by placing out a probe in that section? They can, because whoever placed the second one gets 2 points. So they're going to be able to do that. It's going to score them 2 points. They're going to cover up this mark on here, which is also going to give them a publicity. Oops. There we go. And then the next thing they're going to do is, can they score points? Nope. Well, one of them, I think maybe the first one is, will it let them win a section? Yeah, well, can they win a sector? Nope. Can they score points? Nope. Where do they have the most markers? They have the most markers on this one, so they'll go ahead and do this one. And then we're going to give them that. And these 2 will get discarded, and we'll refill. Like that. Okay, and that's their turn. That's it. All right. Oh, and this gets, after we play these cards, they get discarded. So that should have been discarded as well. Okay, so I need some more data tokens. Scanning is going to really do that for us, especially because the section that they're in, we could try to beat them on that. That would get us another tactile, but we can't do it quite yet. This might be good, but I'd like to get closer to Neptune to maybe get that out. But maybe getting a probe out would be really useful. But I think I'm going to scan. So, if we're going to scan, we're going to have to spend 1 credit and 2 energy. And we're going to scan just like the AI did. So we're going to scan where Earth is, and then we're going to scan by discarding one of those. So we scan where Earth is. That goes away. That goes here, and we're going to place this in our reserve. Then we can scan a blue section, a yellow section, or a red section. If we do yellow, we can take this and try to beat them on that, maybe on our next turn. If they don't scan, so let's go for that. We're going to go there, and that'll go there, and I'll discard the yellow card for that. Now, the way that these work, and let me zoom in just real quickly on the space part of the board. The way that these work is that these are going to be area control, area majorities here. So when a section gets full, so we're 1 away from this getting full, whoever has the most there gets the bonus at the top, and then everybody that contributed gets a publicity. Then whoever was second gets to leave one of their markers there, and then we refill with data tokens. In the event of a tie, so if I place one there before he does, we'll tie, but because I placed there last, I will get it. The spot only holds 6 in this section, 4 in this section, and so on, but on a turn, you can place more there to help you get the majority. So that's what that mark means there. Some of these spots here, like here and here, only have 1 spot for the first time it does it, and then every subsequent spot just gives you victory points if you get the control of that. This, however, lets you, whoever does it any number of times, get to scan for life for that there. Okay, so let's jump back out. we're going to go with the AI. They're going to, so this says, and this is, we'll kind of get into this a little bit more in depth when we get to the aliens. But if the second alien is discovered, replace this card with a corresponding alien card and resolve it. We don't have that. So they're going to move their probe, and they're going to do 3 movements and try to get to Jupiter. Jupiter's too far away. They'll go to Mars. If Mars is too far away, Saturn. And if Saturn's too far away, Venus. And then if they have a orange tech tile, they'll land on a moon of that planet. If not, they'll prioritize whichever... they'll prioritize being the first to either land on the planet surface or to orbit the planet. And then there's a tiebreaker preference if they're equal. So in this case, they're going to prioritize orbiting the planet. Now, I didn't talk about movement, but movement cost 1 movement. So he gets 3 movement. So, moving in any direction is a movement. However, if you go through an asteroid section, that costs 1 movement to go into it, but 2 movement to move out of it. There's a tactile to decrease that to 1 movement. But for the time being, we're stuck in the thing with spending 2 movement, and we have to consider that for the AI. So they're going to try to go to Jupiter. Jupiter would be 1, 2, 3, 4 away, so it's too far. So then Mars is 1, 2 away. And he gains publicity for doing that. Every space that they would land on that would give them publicity, they're going to gain it. And so if there is a path that was the same distance but gave them publicity, we have to prioritize that. So they land on Mars. They don't have an orange tech tile, so they're going to go ahead and orbit Mars. They're going to take their deal here, and they're going to orbit Mars. That's going to get them 3 victory points, bumping them up to 6. That's going to draw them a card. Since they don't do cards, they move the marker on their board here. They're going to scan where Mars is. So just like we scanned, they scan where Mars is there. This is also going to land on here to move their marker 4 spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then finally, they're going to place a card as income. Again, they don't have cards, so they're going to gain 4 marks here, 1, 2, 3, 4, anytime they would gain income. All right, that's their turn. We're going to scan again because we're going to end up getting that there. So we're going to spend our 2 energy and our card, or our credit to scan. We're going to scan here, like that. And then we are going to scan another place. And I think I want to scan, there's red here, there's blue. Let's discard this red to scan this section here. And then now we have 5 in our deal, so we do get to place that there. We've completed that objective, so this comes out. We get to hold that for the AI, and then we're going to have this. So this means getting the majority in a blue section, a yellow section, or blue section. Now, at the end of our turn, we resolve these majorities. So at the end of our turn, we're going to resolve this. We both get 1 publicity because we both have markers there. I have majority because I did it last, so I get to mark my marker there, which lets me take one of my markers and do a trace of life. So I can pick either one of these and place my marker on the red section of either one of them. I'm just going to do it here. It's going to score me 5 victory points, putting me a total of 9, and gave me a publicity. Again, when all 3 of these are filled in, we'll flip this over and reveal the alien. This comes back to my board. These come back to the rival, and then because he got 2nd place, he gets to keep a marker there, and we'll refill. And free actions can be taken any time on your turn. So, actually, I get to activate. Well, though I guess that happens after my turn is over. But I believe this activate. I do get that objective because it matters just when it happens. So each objective, let's see, at the end of your turn, move all objective. Okay, no, that's the end of your turn. Move all objective. Oh, move all complete objectives into objective pile near you. Okay, at the end of our turn. So this gets moved at the end of our turn, and then this one comes out. And I think because I don't think that one. Let me make sure I understand that one too, because the objectives have to be done. Win a sector of that color, which I already have, so I don't know if that counts or not. Most objectives are symbols that are from triggerable missions. When you do the thing depicted, mark the task complete. If it has a slash, then mark the task when you accomplish either part of it. Tasks that need more explanation are below. The missions that have the similar things activate if you've done them passively already. So I should get that already because I've completed one, so I should get that. I shouldn't have to do it again because it's something that doesn't require. Let me see if there's some other ones in here that would make more sense. like the launching the probe action, I'd have to launch a probe, but if I already had 9, I would get that. So since I've already won a yellow section, I get that objective. Okay, so that's the end of my turn. We're going to go with their last turn. This is similar to the card we just did, except it's for the first alien. It has not been discovered. They're going to spend 6 publicity, which they have, to rotate the planet, the solar system, the planet. So they're going to move the 2 sections now. And they're going to get a tech tile. The tech tile they're going to get is going to be based on the preference of their board here. And then they're going to go for ones that have 2 points still on them. So if for some reason they were to take one based on their board and it didn't have the 2 points, they would go to the next one. So this one, they're going to get the 2 points. And they're going to get the bonus on the back, which is going to get them an energy, which is going to move their marker 1 space. That's their turn. We have 1 more turn left. However, I think I'm going to go ahead and pass. So I'm going to pass. By passing, the first thing we do is take the piles here. We're going to rotate the first player rotates the solar system that passes, and then we have cards in these piles equal to the player count plus 1. So the player count is a 2-player game technically. We set up for 2 players. I think that's how it works. It doesn't really matter because the other card will get discarded, but we get to choose one of these cards and then add it to our hand. We'd have to discard down to 4. However, we don't have 4, so it doesn't matter. So this is interesting. This lets us get a blue tech tile. That lets us scan 2 places. If you've completed at least 1 sector this turn, gain a thing. I think I'm going to go for that card. So we'll put these 2 back. Because it does say to set up for set up the game as a 2-player game. The rival takes through so other than. Because it says set up, it says determine, let's see. Set up as you normally would for a 2-player game, so you have to add 3 cards. Okay, they have no more cards left, so they're going to pass. They'll just discard the top card and move on this, and then we'll just remove everything. And now we're going to pass the first player marker. Oh, this got it completed, by the way. And I'd have to turn one of these in, so I'm going to turn one into the rival, so that way we don't lose any points. And then we get the first player marker. We're going to get income, so it's going to be our 3 credits, 4 credits, our 2 energy, and our card from the top of the deck, which that comes back down here, and we'll get our card from the top of the deck. Okay, and now it's time for our go, round 2 here. Okay, so if I get a couple more publicity, that one gets done up. This is this is either landing on Mars or Venus, or orbiting Venus, or landing on Mercury or orbiting Mercury. We could get a probe out here and go right over to Venus. That wouldn't be that big a deal, especially if we end up doing some of this stuff. So I think let's go ahead as a free action, use our supercomputer. We're going to place that there. That gets us 2 victory points. We're going to place this here. Now, normally you have to, for you to complete this thing of having everything filled in, you just have to go across the top. But with these tech tiles, we get to add an extra bonus slot there. So let's go ahead and get that other energy. We'll place there, get ourselves a publicity. We'll go here, and then we'll go here and add ourselves a card for income. And again, when we get income, we get to if we get income, we get to get the ability. So we're going to add this as income. It's going to be a card. So we get to draw a card from the top of the deck. Again, this is all free actions. I've got a cool plan here, I think. If we look, this lets us scan, and if we completed a sector, we get to get a thing. This is, we can launch a probe, and then this is a mission that if we do something on Venus, we get to get 7 points and other publicity. That could be huge for us because we're planning on doing that for this anyway. This lets us launch a probe and move something. So we've got some options here, and this scanning will let us get the blue thing for this one. So I think the first thing I want to do is definitely spend my 3 to play Venera Probe. That's going to let me launch this out and then get a publicity. Now that I've got 8 publicity, I can, do that right there and complete that objective. And then whenever we go to Venus and launch a probe or land it on the planet, we're going to get 7 points and other publicity. And I guess while I'm at it, let's go ahead and spend 2 energy to move 1, 2 to Venus. That's going to get us another one of the publicity there for landing on Venus because it has a publicity. Okay, it's a big turn for us. Let's shuffle up their deck. I forgot to do that. All right, lots going on there. Oh, and then this gets turned in. We'll flip this over. And I just have to orbit something. Now, in this case, when two things would be the same objective, we can't do both of them. So I can either orbit Venus or orbit and complete this objective, or orbit Venus and complete this objective. I'm going to do this one first because I think it'll combo well with that one. I guess they both it doesn't really matter. Okay, so they're going to look to launch, move a probe. They can't move a probe, so they're going to move this. It's going to move over one space like that. They're going to take a tactile. They're going to go for this one. It's going to score them 5 victory points total, putting them at 13. They're going to place that there, and then they're going to move across here. Now that they moved across there, they get a new card out of their deck. They get an extra turn, and it goes on top of their deck, so they'll take it next turn immediately. Okay. So I was kind of hoping to land there. However, I don't have the resources to land there. I have the resources to orbit. If I can land, that could be huge for revealing this alien, though. So for me to land, I'm going to need 3 energy. And I don't have 3 energy. And I can't make energy. So I think maybe we go for a tile. Actually, I can't do... Well, I could discard cards, and I can't orbit because I need that. So let's go for a tile. So we're going to spend 6 publicity to take this tactile here. Oh, we have to rotate this first. And we're going to take this tactile here. It's going to give us 5 victory points total. And then we're going to slot this in. And now when we go to land on a planet, it's going to cost us 2 energy. And when we orbit a planet, it's going to cost us... Oh, and it'll cost us 1 energy for orbiting. Why am I confused? Oh yeah, this costs us this to orbit it, but if we have something orbiting there... Okay, is that the one I want then? Maybe I grabbed the wrong one. It's fine, we'll take it. It's okay. Okay, that's okay. Alright, they're going to spend publicity again, so they're going to launch a probe that goes on Earth. Then they're going to gain a publicity. And then they're going to move their marker 1 space. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to spend... Do I want to land this thing, or do I want to... If I land it onto Venus, we are going to get 2 things... Yes. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually discard these 2 cards in place of an energy and spend this energy to land onto Venus. So we're going to take this, we're going to land onto Venus. The first time we land on Venus, we're going to get ourselves that bonus, which is 2 data tokens. We're going to get 5 victory points. And then this comes off, and we have to place this onto... I don't know if that happens immediately. Let me double check. Or it happens at the end of the round. Yeah, at the end of the turn. So at the end of the turn, we have to place this out. Okay, this is important. And then... So we did that. And then we're also going to get to discover. We're going to do Trace of Life for yellow, and we're going to go here. It's going to score us 5 more victory points, which now we've got to address this. So I'll talk about that in a moment. And we're going to get a publicity. Also, we get to complete this objective, which is going to get us 7 points. I'm going to flip this card face down to show that I completed it. Plus, it's going to give us a publicity. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to take one of these markers also. Again, we'll get to that in a moment because we landed on Venus. And then we get to complete this objective here, like so. Before I finish my turn, I'm going to go ahead and do my computer here and here. So then next time I can spend energy to do this. Now, we're going to resolve, and before we reveal the alien, we're going to resolve everything else. So we would normally do this, but we triggered a milestone. And I'm going to zoom in up here just so we can see them. Anytime we pass one of these gold marks, so the 25, 50, 70 spot, we can put one of our markers on one of these for the end of the game. What these do are going to give us end-game scoring, and the ones we have for this game is for every 2 tactiles, we either get 7 points, 5 points, or 3 points. For every set of traces, we get 8 points. For every card that is either, I believe that's either credit income or energy income, we'll get 5 points. For each credit or income tucked, whenever you have more of. And then for every end-game scoring and completed objective, for every 2, we get 8 points. The AI, when they cross those spaces, they take either the left or right, the farthest left or farthest right one that the first spot has not been taken. Now, we've already at this point where this is plus 4 for or plus 7 for us right off the bat. So I might just go ahead and go there, especially because we get some more tech tiles. We're already halfway to the first one of those. I don't know how many more we're going to be focusing on, so I think this is a safe bet for us right now. So we're going to take that one. Then the next thing we're do, and this is kind of crazy just because of the way it happened, but we crossed these markers on the score marker. Let me go back to space real quick. We crossed these markers. Each player that crossed the marker is going to take a neutral marker and place it on the leftmost spot up by the aliens to help kind of move that part along because we're in a lower player count game. So I have to place 2 of these. So let's go back to space real quick, and we're going to reveal the aliens. Let me go back up to the planets. So the leftmost space that's available is here, and the next leftmost space is here. Now that this is full, this alien gets revealed. So we're going to flip this over, and this alien I have not even played yet, so this will be interesting. And this is where the game really shines, in my opinion. So we've got the what is this? How do you say this word? Exterians. We have the Exterians, and it says, found via the beacons they left behind, the Exterians use advanced mining technology to extract energy from the very core of our planets. The sustained use of this technology ultimately led to their demise. Harnessing their technologies must be approached with caution. Their overuse could result in serious backlash. So, 2 things we have to do. We have to get the 2 tokens that are related to their thing, and we have to get out their cards. They'll have a deck, and they have a deck of 15 cards, but normally the other ones are all 10. So the first thing that happens, and this is all part of setup, and there's a card for the AI here. I'm going to shuffle their deck. So Extraterrestrial cards, it says when this species is discovered, shuffle their deck and deal 3 cards to each player. Each player who marked a discovery also gets 1 card per marker. Return the remaining deck to the box. It will not be needed later. Wait. When this species is discovered, shuffle this deck and deal 3 cards to each player. So 1, 2, 3, and then give an additional card per player. There's a solo thing here, so we'll come back to that in a second. Per marker, so I get 2 more markers. At this time, each player may play only 1 Exterior card for every marker they've placed on the discovery spaces. Cards they played face down are not revealed until the end of the game. Exterior cards are not considered to be in your hand. Ignore them for purposes of hand size. They cannot be discarded in any way. Exterior milestones. These tiles represent the milestones. Players may play additional Exterior cards when they reach milestones. Place the milestone tile on the score track 20 points ahead of the leading player. So I am at 33. It'll be 53. And then place it 40 points from the leading player. So 53, 63, 73. Okay. I'm going to just zoom back out because I've taken my cards here. And I've got the deck here. So it says playing more Exterior cards. It says when you cross the Exterior milestone, you may choose one of your Exterior cards and play it face down. The option is available even to players who have marked no traces of life for the species. At the second milestone, players may playing a card costs you 1 credit. If you do not have a credit, when you cross it, you can't play a card. You can't pay for it later. To sum up, each player gets at least 3 cards and will have at least 2 opportunities to play a card face down. If you marked one of the 3 discovery spaces for this species, you will get 1 extra card and an immediate opportunity to play 1 card if you marked 2, 2, and 3 for 3. Wait, did I get to do that right now? Okay, we'll come back to that in a second. Then there's danger. Now, I'll talk about kind of how these boards work in general here in a moment, but let's keep going. So with danger, it says each Exterior card has a certain amount of danger printed on the card, ranging from 0 to 9. When you play a card face down, you are taking that much danger, which will be hidden from other players until the end of the game. If you fill the condition, you will also gain the depicted victory points at the end of the game. Exterior cards are not considered missions or end-of-game scoring cards. In addition, players take on danger by marking space on the Exterior board. The bottom gives you 3 danger per mark, the middle gives you 2 danger, and the top gives you 1 danger, which are these markers here. When we would go to find traces of life for different colors, now we can start marking spots on the board. So if I find another yellow, I can mark any of these spots up here. At the end of the game, all played Exterior cards will be revealed. The danger on the cards will be added to the danger from the markers on the alien board. Whoever has the most danger loses 1/10 of their score, rounded down. So if you have 168 points, you lose 16 points. The other players lose no points. If there's a tie, all tie players lose points. The calculations made after all points have been scored, including from Exterior cards. So you play all the cards first, and then you lose points based on that. So for the solo, there's some special rules for solo. The rival can only draw and play Exterior cards via the action card from the species. They ignore the milestones. When this species is discovered, the rival does not draw or play any cards, but they do advance on their track for each marker they placed on the discovery board. Discovery space, they didn't do any. At the end of the game, all rival Exterior cards are considered successfully completed, and the rival scores full points for them. Then count up and compare the danger from the rival. So they should get 3 of these. And let me look at their card. Count the number of rivals played Exterior cards and rivals on the species. If the total is less than 5, the rival secretly plays Exterior. Yeah. So I believe we just give them 3 and the rest get returned to the box. Which this is... I've never done... This alien's the one that I haven't played yet, so... We'll see how this goes. Sorry, a lot of talking is making me drink water. So we have their cards. We'll just tuck them here. Okay, let's take a look at... This is my hand. Let's take a look at these cards. Okay, so we can play one immediately. So this says, at the end of the game, we'll get 10 points if we have 3 things at a single planet. 3 either orbits or lands on the planet. So we can go to Venus again and again and try to get some more stuff there. This is 7 danger. We have 4 things landed. We get 16 points. We win over 2 spaces. We get blue spaces. We get 12 points. We have 5 of the same color. Here we get 8 points. And we complete 5 objectives. We get 12 points. I think the safest thing I'm going to do is going to be the cassette deployment. So this card we're going to try to go for at the end of the game. So by the end of the game, have 3 things on a single planet. So we're going to keep going to Venus, I guess. Okay, so I'm going to put this face down, just kind of or I'll leave it face up to remember what it is, because it's not like he cares. Okay, so this is our face down pile. This is still our hand. And we're on to the rival's turn. That was a huge... There's a lot going on there. So we're going to go with the rival now. Now, okay, so here we go. So we get to actually see what they're going to do here. So if the first alien is discovered, replace this with the corresponding card and do the action on the card. So we've got the Exterior card for the alien. And it says, count the number of rivals played Exterior cards and the rivals things here on the species board. If the total is less than 5, the rival secretly plays a card. And if they can't do that, then they will scan. So count the number of played cards. It's 0. 0. If the total is less than 5, they will play a card face down. Okay. And I think that's it. I think that's... Because what they can get to 3, the rival can only draw and play Exterior cards via their action from the species. They ignore the Exterior milestones. So... I don't know if they can get more than that, because it doesn't explicitly say... Because theoretically, if they have nothing here, I guess they'd have to have 1 here. So I don't know. We'll get to that. We'll cross that bridge when that time comes. But they're going to play this face down. Okay. Oh, and we did complete this objective, so I do get to add another one here. Okay, our turn. I don't have any energy, unfortunately, because I'd like to scan. Or I'd like to do this. I can't play anything. I could discard both of these in order to get an energy to do that, to do a blue. However, it may just behoove me to pass, because I'd like to keep this card. So I think I'm going to pass. I'm going to go ahead and pass. We're going to move this over. They've got some more actions left. This whole thing rotates. We're going to take the cards from here and see what we got. Get 1 for each card with the that there as your income, then increase. Ooh, that's interesting. This is to do a trace of life. Then for each of a color you have in that color, gain a victory point. So that could be something. Reveal the card you drew and gain its free effect Free action effect. We'll take that one, I guess. Okay, so we've passed. We're done there. Oh, and let me put those back. He'll take those in a bit. Okay. He's going to do his computer. He can't. He's going to spend 6 ballistic. He can't, so he's going to scan. He's going to scan where Earth is. So let me get some of these tokens out here. Scans here. Then he's going to discard the 2 cards here, red and blue. So for blue, is there a spot that he can get 2 points? There is not. So he goes for the spot that has where he has the most. He's tied for that. He has 0 in both. So he goes for the spot that has more data tokens. Then he's going to go for the spot that he can get points. He can get points in both. He goes to the one where he has the most. He has most in this one. So he's going to take this one. It's going to get him 2 victory points. This goes into his reserve. Boom, boom. These will get discarded. Again, we've passed, so they're going to keep going. He's going to finish out his round. He's going to do his computer. So he's going to spend 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those. This will refill immediately. And then he will do a trace for life for blue. And he does the lowest possible spot, and then he uses the decisions to break that tie. So the lowest possible spot's there. It's going to get him 3 victory points. 1, 2, 3. That's going to get him a publicity. And then if he had a blue tech tile, he would discard it to get 3 more points and move around his circle. And then it's his turn again. He goes and passes, of course, because he can't play anything else. And that is going to end the round. He will move on this marker by taking a card. First player goes back to him. And we're really close to discovering this alien there. So we've got to... He's pretty likely to do it once he passes this spot. So it'd be nice if I could, because I'd like to get in on that action, but we'll see. So let's go ahead and get our credits. We're going to get 4 credits. We're going to get 2 energy, and we're going to draw 2 cards at random from the top of the deck. All right, let's shuffle his deck up, and let's go ahead and go on to the next. Oh, and I've got to turn in for round 2 2 of these tokens, so I've turned those into him. All right. Okay, so first turn. Does he have 6 publicity? He doesn't. Does he have this? He does. He can't do this because he already launched a probe. So he's going to scan. Again, he'll scan where Earth is, so he scans this. That lands him a publicity. He then scans the 2 left cards, so blue and black. So for blue, he goes, where can he score a point? He can score a point here. 2 points. This comes off. We'll resolve that in a moment. And then he's going to go for black. Black, where he can score 2 points, which is going to be here. And that goes on his board and goes 1, 2, 3, 4. And that will be his turn. This alien will get revealed. So now this happens. This one flips. And this one is going to be the Centaurians. No, not the Centaurians. I'm sorry, the Anomalies. So the anomalies, let's read about them. So 3 enormous, highly reflective objects have been discovered in our solar system. These anomalies distort space-time around them, implying a connection to a distant observers. Their discovery has sparked protest, worship, and newfound sense of global unity. We are watching them. Is someone watching back? So we have the cards, which I got to find them. Here they are. Here we go. Okay. We're going to set aside his card because that'll come in play in a little bit. Let's shuffle this up. It says, when the species discovered, shuffle its deck and deal cards to each player who's marked the 3 discoveries. Each player gets 1 card. He'll just move on his track. Keep the deck near the anomaly board and keep a face-up card here. So that'll be, if we get a card from this, we'll take that card from there. And it says, note these cards can be tucked in for income or discarded like any other card. So they do get that. Then, we find the tokens here. It says, place the 3 anomalies random side up on these spaces in the solar system. 1 in the sector with Earth. 1 3 spaces clockwise. 1 3 spaces counterclockwise. If it's placed on Neptune or Uranus, don't cover the planet. So the first one, random side up, will get placed here. Then 1, 2, 3 places clockwise here. 1, 2, 3 places clockwise there. Okay. Triggering anomalies. This is whenever the solar system rotates, check to see if Earth is now in the same sector as an anomaly. So the next one will be the pink one. If Earth is now in the same sector as the anomaly, if so, resolve the anomaly immediately. Each anomaly, and I'll rotate these around so it's a little easier to kind of read. Each anomaly corresponds to a particular trace of life, so pink, yellow, and blue. Check the anomaly space aboard for the column that matches that triggered anomaly. The player who has the marker the highest space in that given column gains the reward depicted in the anomaly. So nothing here counts as being on the board. It has to be up higher. If no spaces in the column are marked, then no one gets the reward. Note, there is no bonus for visiting the anomaly with your probe, so you don't get anything there. Up here, multiple can be placed, so whoever places last on that one will be the highest. If the anomaly were triggered... Okay, so then what's going to happen with the AI is that there will be an instance when if the AI is not winning the next anomaly, they mark a trace of life here on that species and get 3 points. When they mark, they go for the bottom one. So we can kind of play with that a little bit to set ourselves up to make sure we get those rewards for those anomalies. Okay, so that was their turn. So that was their first turn of the round. So it's our turn now. What do we want to do here? We've got a lot going on. I want to scan. So let's spend an energy to do a trace of life. So we're going to spend our energy here and our data. And we're going to do a trace of life for blue. Now the question is, do I want to go here or do I want to go here? And I think I want to go here. And we're going to go right there. It's going to get us 4 victory points. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to take this alien card. We're going to take this one here. This is going to let us, we can either discard it for a victory point and a data, or we can play it to rotate the solar system and get a tech tile. I'm going to go for the tech tile when it's our turn for that. They flip that over. We're going to go with the rival. They're going to now change out. So this gets changed out for the blue card. And like I said, the blue card, if the rival is not winning the next section of the anomaly, they do a trace of life in that color for that species and gain 3 victory points. They aren't, because I am. Because it's, oh no, they're not doing it anyway, so they're going to do it. I'm in blue anyway, so they're going to go there. They're going to score 4 victory points. 1, 2, 3, 4. They're going to get 1 movement around here, and then they're going to score 3 additional victory points. 1, 2, 3 for their card. Now, they're going to go for objectives in the same way that we did, except they choose left or right. The left or right most one that hasn't been chosen by the most space there. So they're going to place an objective marker there. They don't score this, they just block us from getting it. Okay, so I've got to get to Venus again. That's part of my deal. Oh, and I do get to complete this objective. I forgot, I complete this objective, so that's completed. We'll put a new one out. Okay. So I've got to... Oh, that's my Exterion cards. I've got to move over to Venus at some sort of way, and I need to... I'd like to... How do I move there? I need some energy to move there. I could discard that to move there. Let's see. So I think what we're going to do, we're going to discard these 2 cards to move 1, 2 to Venus. And now we can land on Venus or we can orbit Venus. Orbiting Venus will cost us a credit and a thing. So I think we're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to orbit Venus. Oh, I know I don't have a probe out. I lied. I need a probe. Take that back. Take that back. I need a probe first. I forgot. I don't have a probe. And I have no way to get a probe except to pay 2 credits, which I don't really want to do. It's expensive. Can we get a probe out with that? We can. Okay, let's do this. We're going to go ahead and do this, actually. We're going to spend 2 credits to play out this message capsule. It's going to allow us to rotate the solar system. So we rotate the inner space here. That's kind of a bummer because the asteroids are right there. And we're going to take a tech tile. We're going to take this tech tile here. It's going to score us 5 victory points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going to get to launch a probe. And now we are able to exceed our probe limit because we now have this tech tile. So we can actually put 2 probes out if we want. And I'm going to discard this card. Okay, nice. All right, let's go with the AI. Count the number of cards the rivals played and the number of deals they have here. If that total is less than 5, they secretly play a card, so they're going to play a card. Because it's 0, it's 1 plus 0 equals 2, or equals 0, or 1, sorry, which is less than 5. All right. Our go again. We are going to... So if I want to move, I can do it, but it's going to cost me 2 movement to get out of there. So that's kind of a bummer. I don't really have an easy way to rotate aside from doing this. I could rotate. If I rotate everything, that gets us out of the way. So that could be a possibility. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's spend 3 money to play Pixel. 3 credits. It's going to let us rotate the solar system. So we rotate like this. And then we're going to get a blue tech tile. The blue tech tile I'm going to take is this one. It's going to get us 2 more victory points and an energy. You can see where I'm going with this here. We're going to place this. Doesn't really matter where I place this. We're going to place that there. This card gets... And then it says gain 1 victory point for each publicity you have. I've got 5 publicity, so I have 5 more victory points. That gets discarded. Then I want to go ahead... I could move, but I can't quite land there yet. And I still... Oh, and I get to complete this objective here. I'd like to see if I can... I'm going to actually, before I end my turn, I'm going to discard both of these as free actions to move. I'm going to go 1, 2 to Venus. That gets me 2 more publicity. And we're going to go with the AI's turn now. They're going to do their computer. They can't. They're going to spend 6 publicity. They can't. So now they're going to scan. They're going to scan out here. So this is the first one. And then they're going to discard the 2 right cards, which are both red. So can they score a point for red? Yes, they can. So they score 2 points here. They cross this marker. This one is no longer used because we've discovered both aliens. And then they go red again where they currently have the most, which is going to be there. And this goes in their reserve. And we'll refill. Okay. So I can land on the planet or we can spin around it. I think what we're going to do is... I really like some sort of, maybe some sort of tech tile here. Let's spend 6 publicity to rotate everything. So he's going to get 4 victory points because he's winning on this, and we're in the sector with Earth, so he gets 4 victory points. We're going to take a tech tile, and I think I want to grab this one. 2 victory points, which gets us a marker. We get a publicity, and we get a compute data, and we have to place this here. So now when we scan from Earth's perspective, we can scan the 2 sectors adjacent instead of the one just directly in front. And then that was my main action. So that's all I'm going to do. So now we're going to claim an objective. The objective we're going to claim is... Do I want to do the completed missions one, or do I want to do the income one? The income one... Yeah, let's do the objectives one, I think. No, we'll do the income one, because, well, I don't have any other objectives. I feel like I'm focusing on these, so let's go ahead and do the income one, and then I'll come back and get that one. Okay, the AI is going to take their turn. They're going to do their computer. So I'm going to do a trace of life for blue. For blue, they go to the lowest blue spot that they can, which is going to be this one, which is going to get them 6 victory points. It's going to get them one of these and a publicity, which is going to get them another publicity. They don't have any tech tiles to discard. Oh, we did complete this because... No, we didn't land on it. This is the orbit. Oh, we're going to orbit. We're going to orbit anyway, right? Yeah, we're going to orbit, so we'll do that in a minute. Oh, but I did complete this because I did get this. This was my last turn, so I do get that. So the objectives, it's hard to keep track of. Okay. They're going to pass next turn, which is fine. We're going to go ahead, and I'm going to discard both of these cards as a credit and spend this to orbit Venus. So Venus is going to be orbited here. Oh, but I don't have... Okay, I can't. I'm not going to do that because I don't have cards for income to get the bonus for that. So we're going to wait to do that, I think. So maybe we'll just pass. I think maybe we just pass. I mean, I could land a rover there, but I don't really want to do that. I want to orbit first. So I think we're just going to pass. So we pass. This moves. And then we're going to go ahead and take a card from here. We'll take this one. These go back. And then I've got to turn in, it's round 3. I've got to turn in 3 of these, so I give him these 3. So those are taken care of. He will pass, so he takes one of these and will move on his marker here. If I can get this over there. Okay. I get first player token. And we are going to get our income. So I get my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2 of these, and 2 card draw. Okay. Now, let's see what we can do here. So I think that could be good to just get some victory points for the end of the game. But I kind of want the other thing because I've diversified a little bit there. That's already 8 points. It's 6 points for me if I go to that one. And he'll take that when he crosses that anyway. So let's go ahead and do our orbiting. So we're going to spend a credit and an energy. We're going to orbit Venus. So we're going to put that here. It's going to score us 3 victory points. 1, 2, 3. Let's just play one of our cards. This also completes that objective. We get to play one of our cards, which we'll resolve in a moment. We'll get 6 more victory points here, putting us at 60. And then we'll get to stick a card under for income. And I think I want to do... Let's do this card here to give us another energy. Okay, so the exterior card that we're going to play, I don't think I'm going to get that. I don't think I'm going to get that. Winning 2 blue sectors. I could go for, I could maybe try to do that one. 5 of the same color. Ooh, that's tough. That might be kind of hard. These are kind of hard. I mean, I could just try to land on some planets and try to do that. Let's go for Core Breach exoplanets. We're trying to win, by the end of the game, have win the 2 blue sections. So I'm going to really focus on trying to get the majorities in the blue sections. Okay, so we're going to be doing a lot of scanning soon. Is that it? I kind of got lost in the sauce there. Orbited. Oh, this doesn't get placed there. This gets placed there. We orbited. We got the points. We got the income. We're good. So this gets turned in. We flip over the last objective. Okay. So I've got to win black, and I've got to win the two blue sections. Okay. Which we should be fine on. Because scanning and getting the data is going to help complete everything. So that's what we're going to do. Okay. Let's shuffle up the AI deck. Okay, they're going to do their computer. They can't. They're going to launch a probe. They can't. They're going to spend 6 publicity. They're going to do that. To rotate, which rotates these like so. Which now we're here. I'm winning that section because... No, nobody's winning that section. Somebody gets that. And then they're going to gain a tech tile. They're going to go for the orange. All the orange ones have been taken for their 2 points. So they loop around to this one and take this one. Gets them 2 points. And they get a publicity. And we're going to place that there. And that's going to be their turn. Okay, so we're going to do some scanning here. So we can scan, this lets us scan the sector with Saturn, which will be this sector here, which is red. I don't really want that one. There's some blues we can get, so we can try to do this one up. That's too far. Earth is here, so we'll go for that one, I think. And then the black one, I could finish off. Can I finish that one off? I don't think I can. How do we want to process this here? We'll go ahead and scan. So scanning is going to cost us 1 credit and 2 energy. And we're going to scan here. And then scan here again by discarding this blue card. It's going to score us 2 victory points. And then before we end our turn, let's go ahead and place out that there for 2 more victory points. Place that for the publicity. And place this one for 2 more victory points. Okay. And we did a scan action, so we do get one of these. They're going to do their computer. They can't spend the publicity, so they're going to scan now. Uh-oh. We might be in trouble here. They're going to scan Earth. They're going to discard the 2 right cards, so the yellow. They're going to do yellow first. Where can they score for yellow? They can score for yellow here. It's going to be 2 more victory points for them. 1, 2, 3, 4. They get a card. And then where can they scan for blue to gain victory points? Neither. Where do they have the most? They have the most here. So they're going to scan there. Take that. These get discarded. And that is their turn. I think we're going to take another scan action as well. So let's go ahead and discard our 2 energy and our credit to scan where we are. Wait, can I scan? Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. Let me think about that for a second. I really need a blue card so I can scan in this section again. There's no blue cards in the offering. Because if I could scan... Or maybe we just get a probe out. I don't have the money for that either. I was kind of hoping to get these completed, but I don't think we're going to get completed before the end of the round. So is there a black card? There's not a black card either, because if there's a black card, I could win that one and get that objective completed. Okay, if we can scan. I think maybe what we'll do as a free action is we'll spend our 3 publicity to take a card from here. And we'll just take a card and hope that, we end up with the... We'll just hope that we end up with a blue card here. And there was not a blue card there. Okay, that's fine. That's okay. We can scan 2 sections. We can scan 2 sections with this. Let's go ahead and scan. So we'll spend our 2 energy and our credit to scan here. So first thing we'll do is we'll scan this here. So we'll win this majority no matter what, which is fine. And then we're going to scan somewhere else. And I think I want to go... We'll discard this red card and go here. And then before I end my turn, let's go ahead and place that there to get some, to place a card as an income. And let's place this one for an energy. We did do a second scan action, so we get this. Let's get that energy. Okay. They're going to do their computer. It's not full, so now they're going to move their probe to Uranus. Uranus is if it's 4 spaces away, it's 1. It's too far. Then they're going to go to Jupiter. Jupiter is 1, 2, 3 spaces away, so they go to Jupiter. It's going to get them a publicity. So normally they would just land on Jupiter or orbit Jupiter, but because they have an orange tactile, they're going to place it on one of the moons, and they're going to use their priority arrow to choose which moon. So they're going to pick Callisto. It's going to get them 13 victory points. 1, 2, 3, 48, 58. Then they're going to get 4 data tokens. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then they're going to cover that milestone since they've crossed that threshold. And that will be their turn. We're going to go ahead and spend this card and this card. We're going to spend these 2 cards as an energy, and we're going to scan again. And we're going to spend our energy and our credit there to scan this region. We're going to scan this, take this token. And then we're going to discard this red card again to scan this area. since we've completed this, so then we're gonna end our turn. We've completed this sector. We place this. We both get a publicity. So 1, 1. Then we will get to do a blue trace. A red trace of life. Oh, where do I want to go with that? Let's go with that. Let's see. Let's go with that here. Wait. For every set. Okay, I've got to diversify a bit. So we're going to go here. We'll get 2 victory points. And we'll take this card. These get removed. And gets refilled. Okay. And that's going to be my turn. He's going to go. If he's not winning the next one, he places in that section. Since he is not winning that one, blue's coming up. He's going to place the lowest spot in blue, which is going to get him 2 victory points. Plus, it's going to get him a movement around here. And then he scores 3 more victory points. Which I moved his marker. Hopefully I didn't get that wrong. So now the trick is, I wanted to run my computer, which we can. This is what we're going to do. We're going to place this out here for an energy. Because when we get these bonus spots, we can place these out so long as the top's filled out. We can place the bottom ones later. We're going to go boom, boom. We get the energy. We're going to spend the energy to run this computer. So these get discarded. And we get to place this trace of life out. And we're going to place that out right there for 3 points. So 1, 2, 3. That gets us the next objective. And we're going to place that objective out right there for sets. Okay, so now I need to go for, so I've got 2 reds, I've got 2 blues, so I need another yellow to get 12 points out of that. All right, the AI is going to go count the number of cards they've played plus the things they've got here. It's 3, so they're going to play out another card. So now that makes 4. If the total is less than 5, then they secretly play 1. Now the total is going to be still less than 5, so I guess they would play out another one. And then they'll start scanning. So that's their turn. Do we pass is the question. I think we do pass because I can't really do anything else. So we're going to pass. So we pass. This gets moved. This moves here. Everything moves like that. And my goal now is to get a probe out and get to Venus so I can complete this objective. And then I need to beat them here. But let's look at the cards. And we're going to grab that. Ooh, that card's kind of expensive. Let's grab it. Okay. They're going to play out. Oh, and I got to turn in stuff. So when I pass, I only have 2 to turn in. I need to turn in 4. So they move around 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Sorry, 2 times, 3 times. 2 times. They move 3 times twice. They move 6 places total. Because it's when we pass, I believe. Let me just double check. That's the timing of it. At the end of the round, before getting income. Okay, we have to do it before we're getting income. So they won't do it quite yet. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So then they're going to go. They're going to spend 6 publicity. They can't. They're going to launch a probe. Whoops. They're going to get a publicity. And they're going to move on their marker. And then, again, we would pass. They passed. We're going to turn these in. They're going to move 6 spaces. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. They get first player back. We get our income. I get 6 here. Oh, and they get one of these, which moves their marker again. Okay. Oh, and that has to refill. There we go. Okay. I get my energy. I get my money. And I get my cards. All right. So let's shuffle their deck up. And for any of these I don't complete, they'll score 5 victory points at the end of the game. So I really want to make sure I get those. So the goal right now is to fill this out. I need to scan these 3 before they do. I need to get to Venus and either land on it or, which I'm hoping to land on it because it only cost me 2 to land on it. And then I need to complete this. So those are my 3 things I need to do this round. Okay, So I guess they get another card. Count the number of rivals cards and the ones and the things on the board. And if its total is less than 5, they secretly play one. So I guess I got to give them another one. Okay. Okay. So our go. That'll give us some movement, but we need to get a probe out first. We get a probe out with this, but that's really expensive. It might just be cheaper to just pay the 2 energy or 2 credits to get the probe out. This will let us scan any sector. This will let us scan the sector with Saturn, which I don't really want to do. If it was over there, I'd be happy about that. But I need to scan this sector here. If I complete this one, well, okay, let me think about this here. We can scan here because we're there, and we can discard a blue card, and then we can scan there again. I think that's what we do to try to get that. So let's scan. To scan, we're going to spend our 2 energy and a credit. And we're going to take our thing and scan here first. Oh, sorry, wrong one. We're not scanning there. We're going to scan here. And then we're going to discard the blue card to scan here. Okay. They're going to look, if they're not winning the next one, they're going to place out and get 3 victory points. They place here because they place on the lowest one always, so it's going to be 2 victory points for them. And then they're going to get 3 more, and they're going to get a publicity. Is that what that was? Yeah, okay. Okay. We're going to pay a credit to do... Well, I kind of want to save that for over there. Let's discard these 2 cards. Oh, how do I want to do this? This will let us scan any sector, which will let us win that. So let's pay the credit. We'll do that. We'll do amazing uncertainty, scan any sector. So we're going to scan... I don't think I'm going to get this objective. We're going to scan this sector here. And then it says you get 1 victory point for each signal you have in sectors with anomalies. So I get no victory points because unless well, this should count. I think this counts, right? I think that counts. Does that count? Completing a sector. Resetting a sector. Well, winning a sector leaves a mark. When determining sectors, players will thus be able to mark signals and get data from the sector again. On later turns, sector can be completed and won again. Note that sectors offer greater rewards for the first player that does it. So I think that's just a mark to say I won that, but I don't think it counts. So I don't get any victory points. That's okay. But this sector has been completed. We have majority, so we both get our publicity. Since I did it last, I get the majority. Turn those in. That goes there. Gets me a red. A red. I think I go for this. We're going to score 5 victory points and get a credit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we can pay a credit to play one of our cards. But I've won both of these, so I do get that. So let's see what the Extraterrestrial cards, if I want to play any of these. 5 of the same color. I think these are going to be too hard. I don't think I'm going to play any of these. Although I guess there's no harm in not playing them. But I'm not going to be able to get a bunch of the same color. So I'm not going to pay to play them. We're just going to leave it alone. I don't think it's worth increasing my danger for me to not be able to play them. Okay. So that's it. We're going to go with AI. They're going to spend their publicity, which they do have, to rotate. They're going to gain a tech tile. The tech tile they're going to gain is going to be this one, which is going to get them a card and 2 points. They don't mark any of these anymore because the left-hand space has been marked on all of them already. And they're going to move on this to get a card. Oh, and I did complete this. No, that's not the objective I need to complete. I need to scan some more to get some of that stuff. So I need to get to Venus, and I need to land a probe on Venus. So to get to Venus, we're going to spend 2 credits to launch a probe. And then we'll probably spend a turn moving there, and then we're going to land on it for 2. I think that's the move. Okay. They're going to do their computer, so they're going to spend these. It's going to get them 3 victory points. 1, 2, 3. Then they're going to do a blue trace of life. The blue one is going to be on the lowest spot here, so they're going to go there. That's going to be 4 victory points for them. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's going to get them one of these back and a publicity. These will, and then they discarded a token to get 3 more victory points and move around. 1, 2, 3. Then these all go back here, which is going to get them a publicity, and it's going to move them 1, 2, 3, 4 around there. Okay. I need to scan and get 3 more data tokens, and I need to get 3 data tokens. And I need... Okay, I think I've got this. So I think we're going to move to Venus by spending our 2 energy. Yes. That gets us a publicity. We're going to discard these 2 cards as an energy. And then if I orbit, no. No, let me undo all that. Sorry. Tripping. We're going to spend these 2 cards to move because that's their thing in the corner. We got our publicity. Then we're going to spend our 2 to land on Venus. We land on Venus. Gets us 5 victory points. And we get to do a yellow. The yellow we're going to do is going to be this one, which is 4 more victory points. I think he's at 70. He might be at 80. We'll put him at 80. And then we're going to get a card. We're going to take this card here. That'll reveal. Okay. I think we're in a good spot. Okay. They're going to do their computer. They can't. They're going to spend publicity. They can't. They're going to scan now. So we're going to scan here. 2 points. They're going to scan for yellow for both of these. So yellow where they can score. Neither. Then where they have the most. Okay. So I need to be able to run my computer. So if I want to run my computer, we're going to get 2 points, publicity, and 2 points. So 4 points and a publicity. So I think we're both at 3. And then I need to dump this. I'm going to dump this for a victory point and one of these. We are going to then place this here for something for income. Wait a minute. Let me think about that for a second. Oh, let me refill the row here. Okay, I need to be able to scan. I need to be able to scan to get the rest of my stuff. If I do income, I can draw a card, but I don't have, because I need an energy. I need 2 energy to scan, and I can make a 3rd energy. I can make 1 energy. I still need 1 more. So we're going to spend our publicity to draw a card for free, and we're going to take this card. We're going to place this here to be income, and it's going to give us another energy. Again, this is all free actions. We're going to spend, now as our main action, we're going to spend our 2 energy, or 2 cards as an energy. These 2 cards as an energy, 1 energy, and 1 deal. Oh, but I need another energy. Hold on. I still need another energy to activate this ability. Okay, how do I reconcile this? Oh, duh, we do this. We spend these 2 cards. We spend these 2 cards as a credit. We spend this credit to play this card, which is scan to where Saturn is. So we scan these 2. That gets us 2 points. And then as a mission, if we have if we have a thing on Saturn, we'll get 4 victory points. And then I'm going to place these here as free actions. Okay, perfect. They're going to do their computer. And they're going to be able to pay that. So for their computer, they're going to do blue. The lowest blue one here is this one, which is going to be 2 victory points. It's going to be another marker here and another publicity. So they get a publicity for that. And then they're going to get, they're going to discard. Did I already take their token? I don't think I took their token. They're going to take their token for 3 more points. And another mark around here. And then we're going to spend our computer and our energy to do a blue, which will complete this objective. And the blue that we do, I'm just gonna go here. It's 2 points. Wait a minute. No, I'm not gonna do there. I'm gonna do down here for 3 points. 1, 2, 3. Okay, their turn. They're going to do their computer. They can't. They're going to move their probe to Uranus if possible. It's too far away. Jupiter. Jupiter's 1, 2, 3, 4. So they're going to move to Jupiter. That gets them a publicity. Then they're going to spend this to land on one of their moons. The moon they're going to land on is their leftmost available moon, which is going to be this moon for 12 points. So 99. Plus, they're going to get 5 publicity, which they just don't get anything more for the excess. We're going to pass. Us passing is going to move this. We don't get a card, but it does move everything. And then this moves here. I get an energy because I have the most. And then they're going to pass, and then we're going to go to final scoring. So, oh, I did complete that, by the way. So, for final scoring, they get 5 points for each of these they haven't completed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then, hold on. Why does this seem like they didn't have a lot going on? Because we're getting ready to lap them quite a bit. So for final scoring for us, we will get 7 points for every 2 tech tiles. So we have 14 points. 1, 2, 3, 4. 98, 108. We're going to get 6 points for every set of traces we've done. So we've got 1, 2, 3 reds, 2 yellows, and 3 blues. So that's 2 total, which is going to get us 12 points. And then we're going to get 5 points for each income that we have that's either energy or credits. We're going to choose energy and get 15 points for that. And then we're going to do, I guess, these cards. So I get 12 points here and 10 points here for having 3 things that's on a single planet. And then I've majoritied the 2 blue sections. Not majority, I've completed the 2 blue sections. So I get 22 points for that. 2, 37, 47, 57. Okay, so let me figure out how the AI does this. So the AI, when the AI... Okay, the rival ignores their stuff, and then I think they score everything here. So when the species is discovered, at the end of the game, all their cards are considered successful. So 14, 27, and 9. Holy cow. So 20, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, and then 14. Okay, so theirs were completed. Then it says that in the game, all players' exterior cards will be revealed, and the danger on those cards will be added to the danger from the markers on the board. Whoever has the most danger loses a tenth of their score. So my danger is going to be 6, 7, 8, and their danger is 5, 8, their danger is way higher than mine. So they lose a tenth of their score. Their score is 154, so they're going to lose 15 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay. Okay, I think I got everything. I think that's it. I think we did it. I think we did it. So, there we go. That's a playthrough of SETI. That was a crazy alien. Maybe I need to bump the difficulty. I will say this is by far the best I've done on the objectives. I've played games. There's a game I played against them where I left 4 at the end and they scored. Like, they went around their board a ton because I wasn't able to complete them. And then they scored 20 extra points on objectives and beat me because of that. So because I was able to do these objectives and the way that they came out, it ended up working out pretty well for us. But yeah, that's gonna be a playthrough of SETI. We won 157 to 139, so it's pretty close. We would have won even if they didn't lose them with their danger. Yeah, this was not good for them getting all that danger there. Anyway, let me know what you guys think of the game. I'm really in love with this game. It is, I mean, like, I didn't even explore a bunch of this stuff. I mean, there's just so, and like, you could literally just do aliens as expansions, and you could make this game last forever. Just give me like 10 more aliens, and this game is probably going to be one of my favorite games of all time. Because the aliens really change up how stuff happens. And you can ignore them even. I could ignore them and just focus on the planets or something. And the solo tiles are really fun because it kind of makes you have to pivot and say, well, I don't want them advancing, so I need to kind of move my strategy or adapt my strategy. And I think in this particular game, it worked out really, really well for us. But just in general, this game is superb. It really is. But yeah, that's going to be it. Thank you guys so much. I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.